everything was dark. And then the sun began to rise, and the water was shining, and I realized we were flying over the Puget Sound. Soon I could see islands in that water, evergreen trees on those islands, and I began to sob. I sobbed in the midst of all that radiance, in the presence of the most beautiful sunrise I'd ever seen in my entire life, because it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to make me glad to be home, to make the journey. You will know it when the time comes. You will fall in love with someone who is perpetually leaving you. Someone who beats you at Scrabble and uses big words and tells every story like it's a blues song. You'll memorize the features of someone whose eyes are perpetually bored, whose lips are perpetually amused. And being and not being? How could I be a poet? How could I believe in any kind of truth? Studying the history of this area roots me. We've certainly walked along the same beaches and waded in the same waters as some very brave people. It makes bravery seem more possible. We can look at that history now and decide what side we want to be on and how willing we are to fight. We are not outside. Austin, do you want to go back to the hospital? He said, fucking hell no, I do not. And I said, I hear you're feeling angry, but you're going to have to use the appropriate language and social skills, or there won't be any more Dairy Queen. If my life is going to be reduced to a shrug and a shake of the head, who cares if it happens in 11:15 p.m. or in 87 years? Who cares? Someone had been shot on the Rafah-Egypt border. We met up at the apartment and rode in a strangely Californian SUV to the Palestinian side of the border, past the cemetery. Rachel, you're just like your mother, making fun of people with disabilities. You criticize me for not writing when I can hardly see the computer, let alone the type on its screen. Now that I have reading glasses, my wife says they make my eyes look too big. I don't know why I stayed, but one day I knew I had to. It was the same day I decided to become an artist and a writer, and I didn't give a shit if I was mediocre, and I didn't give a shit if I starved to death, and I didn't give a shit if everyone in my damn high school turned and laughed and pointed in my face. I was finally awake, forever and ever.